women out earning men have a hard time respecting the men they're with.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
A lot of the time, the women reported that they had way too much responsibility in the marriage. They were expected to be in charge of the household duties and still work a job. They had to...
Oh, come on. What percent of modern women actually cook?
20% of the men, when both parents are working, only 20% actually reported to doing household duties. That's scary when you're both working.
I mean, I'm just saying this shit's automated nowadays. I mean, you have a washing machine, a dishwasher.
Yeah, but
Sure, you can say, but even at that, but as much as it's automated, men still don't do it. Splitting up duties in the household is like one of the most important parts of like a relationship, because it's where you're spending most of the time together. This is why I say I don't think you're even dating until you live together, because until you live together, you don't really know who the other person's like.
I don't know. I feel like that stuff can be worked out. Chores?
Dude, oh my god, you're actually a child. What do you think love is? You're just like romantically going away to Venice like every year, and that's no, a relationship requires a lot of deliberate work. Things like chores are where relationships start to break down, and it'll steamroll into bigger things. A guy not doing chores ever might be a guy that you don't want to fuck anymore, and then you not having sex ever might be you guys just don't get along anymore, and then like 3 months into it, you fucking hate each other and you don't know why, and it starts over small shit. But if you've been in real relationships long term, these little things will pile up and fucking kill you. Relationships are not like this puppy, like romantic love constantly. It's doing the small things every single day to make sure the relationships work. But you're just like LOL chores. Like,
why do you have to let it get to that point?
I feel like
ask the guys that aren't doing the chores. Ask them.
Exactly. Ask the men.
I don't think that women who earn more than men have a hard time respecting men. What most men term as disrespect is when it comes down to house chores, doing things that were traditionally deemed as the woman's job, like cooking and washing dishes. But I think we should understand that we are living in a different timeline. If we are both waking up early in the morning, going to work, coming back in the evening, and both of us are tired from the long day's work, why then do you expect the woman to handle everything in the house? And when she asks for help from you, now that is being disrespectful. So she should start cooking and cleaning while you do what?
Women would come on the show and they would say it's money, right? I can't have more children because of money. But I would look at their face and it would be frozen with Botox. I would look at their nails and they would be done. I would look at their fashion and it would be the latest trends. A couple times we had more traditional housewives that came on. And what I found was the traditional housewives didn't have any of that stuff done because they wanted the children more than they wanted the lifestyle. Some people are more selfish and some people are more selfless. And so when we say, oh, it's the economy, I just don't really buy it anymore. Traditional mothers have a tendency to tell their daughters to go to school, get an education, and not to be traditional. I would interview women that were second-generation immigrants from traditional countries, and so often the daughter would say that the mother told her not to pursue a man and to pursue a career first. So who created this culture? Where does it come from?
I'm not necessarily disagreeing with her, but let's call out things for what they really are. Life is more expensive right now, and so are kids. And some women just don't want to bring kids to this world to suffer. Hence, why more women are chasing education, businesses, and just establishing themselves financially instead of rushing to build families. And I know this brings us back to the topic of let men worry about providing for the family and handle traditional men stuff while the women worry about traditional women stuff. But we should also understand that quite a number of men don't want to be the sole providers.
It is a man's role to provide.
Okay.
Yeah. If everyone keeps talking about the traditional roles, then
Yeah.
I guess it is a man's job to
So
provide.
if it's a man's role to provide,
Yeah,
will you take care of the house?
of course.
Okay. So you will cook, clean, support him?
No,
No?
I will hire someone to do it.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I sense a bit of double standard.
No, but if I can
there. Okay, so
afford
not
it,
cook
if
clean.
my man can afford it, then why? I'm giving
Okay, so
birth
what-
to
what
your
will-
kids,
what-
no?
what-
Obviously, if I want to work, I want to have my own side thing. I would love to, but it's not going to be to bring money in the house.
Okay, so what's the woman's role?
Taking care of the children,
Taking
giving
care of
birth.
the child. So raising the children.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, that's fair, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
to
we
a certain
agree
extent,
with
that's fair. Like, you can hire someone to cook, but you can't hire someone to take care of your kids.
This was really interesting and it always comes up every time. Someone will say, oh, but we have washing machines now, we have dishwashers and all this technology that has made house chores very easy. But I think that still doesn't change the fact that you still have to take care of the house. I mean, someone has to put the dishes in the dishwasher, someone has to put the clothes away. And even if a woman hires someone to help, that means she is still the one taking care of the household. As a man, you want to live in a clean house, right? You want hot meals to be ready whenever you're hungry. You need your clothes laid out for when you're getting ready for work. So, what difference does it make if your wife used her hands to wash your clothes, a washing machine, or hired help? I don't understand where the issue is coming from.
So you're telling me that a woman has to go work like a man every day, and a man goes work and he's tired when he gets home. A woman's not tired. She has to clean, cook, do the dishes, do the laundry. Are you kidding me?
Why don't you want to do that?
What are you talking about? Why don't I want to do it? You know how fucking tiring that is? Have you done that?
First of all,
I do it every day.
First, do not choose a woman who don't want to be a woman.
Right.
So you don't want to be a woman. No, you don't want to be a woman.
First of all, Azar.
What?
Yelling doesn't mean you're winning an argument. I just want you to understand that yelling doesn't mean you're winning an argument. It's just a sign of frustration and the inability to articulate in a respectful way and make a valid point.
Tell that to your...
So all this, oh, I cook and I clean and yeah, that's part of your function. But when your tire is flat, my function is to make sure you have a new tire.
But
when your car need an oil change, it's my job to make sure these people ain't ripping you off. We have different duties and functions and responsibilities. And if you don't love your duty, your function, your responsibility, you're not fit to be a wife, period.
First of all, sir, speaking in a low tone doesn't mean that you're right or you're intelligent. It just means that you're speaking in a low tone. Anyways, I'm not saying either one of them is right or wrong, but the fact that everyone sitting here feels like their opinion is correct and the others are not. Anyways, she is talking about everyday basic chores. People have to eat every day. People need clean clothes every day. The house needs to be cleaned every day. Kids needs to be taken care of every day. On the other hand, he is talking about changing oil and flat tires now. I don't think anyone here happens to have a flat tire every day. Not to mention that he wouldn't be the one actually doing the job, as opposed to his expectation of his wife to actually get in the kitchen and cook. Let me know what you think about this one.
Okay, a lot of guys from past generations have kind of given this impression that if you're the head of your household, you only do what suits you and pleases you. And as long as you're a provider, all the other romantic and lovey-dovey stuff isn't necessary or needed. Maybe they just didn't have the examples of what a loving, romantic, caring, affectionate relationship looks like. Some guys are putting on an act because they think that that's what's expected of them.
I think this is exactly what is happening. When men say traditional, they think that as long as they're providing, then they can have all this expectation of their women. I think being traditional is more than just about who is bringing in the bread and who is washing the dishes. You have to be considerate of each other, love each other, care for each other, support each other in their respective roles, and listen to and value the opinion of each other regarding y'all's relationship. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed these conversations, please like the video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching and bye for now.
So you're telling me that a woman has to go work like a man every day, and a man goes work and he's tired when he gets home. A woman's not tired. She has to clean, cook, do the dishes, do the laundry. Are you kidding me?